Om Shanti and good morning. So Baba's song Umang ke Pank Lagate Chalo. This is in line with the Murli that we have been reading since yesterday, where Baba has mentioned that he doesn't like our upset faces, and he always wants us to be happy. And yesterday Baba spoke about the two authorities that a Brahmin soul has as a birthright. Baba said that the right to the authority of religion and the authority of self-sovereignty. And then he went on to explain what it means. The authority of religion is truth and the inculcation of purity. And the authority of self-sovereignty is having all the rights and to be able to be righteous and rightful on your own sense organs when you're coming in karma. And then Baba spoke about why we get upset, why there is fluctuation in Brahmin life. And he said that it is because there is weakness in terms of the lack of happiness and the powers. And then Baba also mentioned that when we have faith, then there is intoxication. And intoxication or enthusiasm is the lifeline of the Brahmin life. And it starts from faith, complete faith on our own destinies, complete faith on power. And then Baba went on to say that on my birthday, that was Shivratri, he said, you give me a gift. And the gift is not to ever become upset. And Baba said that the only way to not become upset is to look at this whole situation that comes in front of you as a form of entertainment. And he compared this to the swings that we swing, where we go up and down. So because we know that when we'll go down, we'll also go up, and we take it as an entertainment. So that's why Baba says, if you start thinking of life or the situations that come as entertainment, you will not get upset. So let's start. We'll start from Bap Dada. Yeah. So Bap Dada is giving you a very easy yukti in words for when any situation or any of the elements come in front of you to make you fluctuate. At that time, you remember two words. The method is either to use not or to apply a don't. This is an easy yukti. Baba says, whenever you are fluctuating in terms of your stage, and you think that I might get upset with the particular situation, just use the method to apply, to use the not or to apply a don't, not or don't. This is easy, is it not? You will not forget this, will you? If something is wrong, then think not, which means you must not do that. You must not think about it. You must not do it. You must not speak about it. If we feel that something is wrong, then we should not think, we should not do, or we should not speak about it. Just not. That's all. It could be somebody's weakness. It could be something wrong with me. I should not be extending it. And apply the dot. And it'll automatically become not. How? So do you know how to apply the dot? Think not and apply a dot. This is the sentence that we need to carry back. Think not and apply a dot. Finish. Does it take time to apply a dot? And here Baba is referring to the full stop. How much time does it take to just put a full stop on paper? Just apply the dot. How long would that take? Less than 1 second. What happens is that you think that you should not do something that is not right, but you do not know how to apply a dot. We keep carrying on those thoughts. We don't know how to apply the dot. And this is known as being knowledgeful. But you must not just be knowledgeful. Together with the knowledge, you also need to be powerful. So being knowledgeable only means knowing that we are not doing something right, or what is happening is not right. But because we don't have the power to apply the dot, we cannot control that situation or have right on that situation or change that situation. And then we get upset. So Baba says, along with the knowledge of what is right and what is wrong, there has to be power to apply the dot. You lack a powerful stage, and this is why you're not able to apply the dot. Those who know how to apply a dot will not forget the Father. The Father is a dot, and you are also a dot. This is the concept of the three bindus, the three dots that Baba always mentions. And so you will remember everything. Full stop. Do not apply a question mark, an exclamation mark, or a comma, but a full stop. That's the easiest thing to do. The sign of a full stop is easy. The rest is difficult. The most difficult one is the question mark. Even when you're writing it on a paper, the most difficult to write is a question mark. However, you know how to apply that very quickly. In our day-to-day life, when situations come, when something wrong happens, Baba says, you've learned to apply the question mark very quickly. You were told last time that when the word why comes up, what should you do? Fly, fly up and above. Not why, but fly. Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to fly? Many good jewels have emerged amongst the double foreigners. Bab Dada is happy to see such jewels. Together with this, when there is even a little flaw in invaluable jewels, then that flaw does not become right in such invaluable jewels. Does not seem right. Even a single flaw does not seem right when the jewels are invaluable. It is only a little flaw, but you will still call it a flaw. I was saying, all of you are my valuable jewels, and there should not even be a single flaw in you. Since you have become invaluable jewels, why have you kept even a little flaw? Do you like it? You do not think that even the moon has a little mark on it. And so this is also good to you. Are you okay with it, Baba's asking? You don't think that way, do you? Double corners have to become saddles. There should not be the slightest weakness. What is the reason for the flaw? You do not wish for there to be a mark, but sometimes there is a mark. And why is there a mark? What is the main reason? Do you know the main reason? The main flaw, the common flaw that all of us have? You are clever in knowing everything. You know it when you hold workshops. Bab Dada sees the pictures of these workshops. You extract many reasons. This is the reason, that is the reason. In workshops, we try and look at everything and look at Baba's knowledge from different aspects and perspectives. In fact, you extract many good things from the workshops. You extract them from the workshops, but you do not work with them. Baba saying you extract knowledge and different forms and means of knowledge. But we've not learned to use those different forms and means in day-to-day life. The form of body consciousness is becoming more and more subtle. This is an important term. Body consciousness will slowly and steadily become more and more subtle. And the more the thing is subtle, we don't get to know when it creeps up. So body consciousness does not come in gross forms now, but it now comes in more subtle and royal forms. You use your intellect very well, Bap Dada is happy. When you think of these good things, Bap Dada is happy. See, when you think of these good things, when you churn knowledge in the workshops, Baba is happy. We do all that. However, after thinking of some good things, when someone gives a little addition or correction, you then have the consciousness of I. I did this, I did that. And why somebody else is coming and correcting? Where were they when I was thinking of all this? Now that everything is done, they're coming and correcting. That's how we start thinking. Do not become afraid thinking, how will this happen? What have you done? This is not possible. No, this will not do. These kind of thoughts, they come in our minds, especially when we are too attached to a service or something that we are doing. We start thinking like this. Give just as much regard and respect to the advice and ideas of others as you do to your own ideas. This is the true understanding. As much regard I do give to my own ideas, I should give the same level of regard to others' ideas, others' thoughts, others' advice. To give your ideas is a different issue. Even if you do not like the ideas of someone else, to give your ideas is a different issue. But to be affected by that and allowing your stage to fluctuate is not real service. That becomes a disservice actually. So Baba says, adjust yourself, adjust with other souls. Think and consider the ideas of others just as your own. This is what it means to give regard to others' ideas. You say that you thought of this or that you came up with this idea, that you did this, and so you think that importance should be given to your idea. So I thought of this thing. I should be given more importance. That others should give regard to them. My ideas, people should give regard. You think about this too much. However, you do not know how to match the ideas of others with your own ideas. Merge them. You simply consider the ideas of others to be ideas of someone else. Double foreigners are progressing very well in making plans on the field of service. And there will be progress in the future also. However, use the speciality of adjustment. When coming in contact, when working with other souls, Baba says, the speciality of adjustment is very important. And this is where the flow is visible to Baba. Bap Dada is happy whenever any child is moving forward. Bap Dada is happy. He does not think, why is this one moving forward? Whoever is moving forward, it is very good. See? So Baba has good thoughts and blessings for all of us. Baba says you should also think like that. Whoever is giving ideas, they are all very good. Because they're all for Baba's service. Bab Dada has love for the double foreigners anyway, but he also has a lot of regard for whatever plans you create for service, whatever practical service you do and you're doing. Bab Dada has told you earlier also that if it were not for the double foreigners, then one of the titles of the world could not have been proved in a practical way, one of the titles of the Father. Which title? And the title is World Benefactor. And why Baba says this? You are giving Baba's message in all four directions of the world. So double foreigners, they are giving Baba's message in all the four directions, and that is why Baba is known as World Benefactor. The whole world benefits from Baba. He comes and he changes the whole world. This season, souls have come from all four directions. How many countries have they come from? They've come from 58 countries in that particular season. So Baba says there must be many small countries, but 125 countries still remain. There are still more countries that Baba says you must go to. So now you will have to do double the work. Double foreigners will have to do a lot of work. You have to do it in Bharat and also in the foreign lands. You have to do it in both places. Bab Dada has told you earlier also that the sign of complete success in service is that no souls anywhere should complain that they did not receive the message. That is what Baba says, that tomorrow nobody should be able to complain. That's the level of service that we should be doing. Wherever we go, we spread Baba's message. If you made sure the message reached there, and then if someone heard it and did not create his future or fortune, that is not a complaint against you. That is a complaint for that soul. However, there should not be a complaint against you that nobody told me. Since you say that you are master world benefactors, the message should reach all four directions of the world. That's our responsibility. Should this happen or not? The message should reach the world, it should reach Bharat and also the foreign lands. It should reach both the places. When you hoist your flag of victory on one side, but on the other side, a soul comes and complains. Would you like that? We are saying that we have achieved and our seva is complete, and we are hoisting the flag of victory, and one of the souls comes and says that you didn't tell me that God was here. Would you like it if on one side you're hoisting a flag and on the other side a soul is complaining? You would not like that, would you? The double foreigners have good courage. You have love for the Father anyway, but you also have deep love for service. The certificate of love for both the Father and the service is very good. What certificate do you have to claim now? So now that we have the certificate of love, Baba is talking to all of us. He's saying what certificate we have to claim now. You've already claimed the certificate for love. Which other certificate do you have to claim? To the extent that you are a server, to that extent you have to be one who has adopted that much power. So Baba is saying now you need a certificate in power, love and power. So you have to become the embodiment of power. You now have to claim this certificate. And how will we claim the certificate? The embodiment, becoming an embodiment of power. You have passed in this subject. So this is the homework for us today. Baba is saying that you have the certificate for love. Now you have to take the certificate of becoming the embodiment of power. What does Baba mean here? How do we become the embodiment of power? And how will we get that certificate? So Baba says, have any of you failed in your love? There isn't anyone. Baba is saying, I hope nobody has failed in the love for Baba or for service. They have passed in both. So please remember that for homework and think about it. What does Baba mean by becoming an embodiment of power and taking that certificate? We will leave the next paragraph. Baba is only talking to the double formers. And we'll go to the drill. Bab Dada's drill. And you have to go a little down. Yeah, this one. Thank you. So Bab Dada made everybody do a drill. And the drill was to apply the dot in 1 second. And now Baba is talking about the importance of this particular drill, the drill of applying the dot. Baba says, are you able to apply a dot in 1 second? To come into action in one moment and next second to be detached from performing the actions. Are you able to be detached from the relationship of karma? What is the relationship of karma? Baba is saying when you sit in yoga or when you sit in silence, to remember Baba, our karma, it pulls us in yoga, and we are not able to connect sometimes. So Baba says that is when you are not detached from the relationship of karma. Baba goes on to say, do you know how to exercise this? Exercise detachment from the relationship of karma. If you're very busy in performing an action, if the mind and the intellect are engaged in the relationship of karma, not in the bondage of karma, but in the relationship of karma, and you receive a direction to apply a full stop. Are you able to apply the full stop, or do you continue to have the thoughts of that karma? Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. I must not do this. This one is like this, that one is like that. So are these kind of thoughts, they pull us. Even for 1 second, you have to practice this. And continue to increase this practice, because the final certificate will be based on being able to apply a full stop in 1 second. Many times Baba, especially in Avyak Murlis, he's mentioned that the final certificate would be in 1 second, you have to apply full stop. Leave everything. Like puff, gone. That's the final stage that we all have to achieve. And yesterday in Murli also Baba mentioned that this is what I'm here to teach you. In 1 second, how to put a full stop. And the only strategy or the only yukti to do that is to not be engaged in the bondage of karma, but to be engaged in the relationship of karma. This is a very important line. Baba goes on to say, in 1 second, you should be able to merge the expansion and become the embodiment of the essence. You can practice this whenever you get a chance, and you continue with it. You can continue with it, the drill. It should not be that you think that you will be able to apply a full stop when you sit down for yoga. You should be able to apply full stop when there is upheaval. At that time, we will not be able to sit in yoga also when the final certificate, the moment of the final certificate, it will be extreme upheaval, and that is when we'll have to apply the full stop. And Baba says, we keep practicing. Do you have such powerful breaks? Or will you apply the brake somewhere and you will come to a stop somewhere else? Only those who practice this will pass with honor. This Baba is saying with authority. Only those who practice applying the full stop can pass with honor. Otherwise, you will be able to pass but not with honor. You should be able to apply a full stop at the right time. There's no benefit in applying a full stop after the time has gone by. It should happen the moment you think about it. Do you not continue to think? Do not continue to think, I am a soul, I have to apply full stop, and think about nothing else. Usually we start with that. I am a soul. I have to apply full stop. I don't have to think about anything else. Baba says you won't even have time to do all that. It takes time to even think this much. I am not a body, but a soul. I am a soul. This is not a full stop in 1 second. You have to practice this by yourself. It's like a switch on and a switch off. There's no need for anyone to make you do it. The drill. Everyone knows the method. Whether you are new or you're old, each of you knows the method. You need to practice this over a long period of time. Do not think that you will be able to apply a full stop at that time. My breaks are very powerful. I'll be able to do it. No, you need to practice this in advance. Do not think that you will do it according to time. No, you will not be able to do it. Baba is telling you. Practicing this over a long period of time will be useful because it has a connection. You get practiced. You are honing a muscle of the mind. Practicing this for a long period of time here will enable you to claim the fortune of kingdom for a long period of time in Satya. If your practice is of short time, then the attainment will also be of a short period, one age after another age. So continue to practice this throughout the day. Whenever you get a chance, nothing will be spoiled in 1 second. Now, whatever you're doing, nothing will go wrong in 1 second. Continue with your work after that. So keep practicing, putting a full stop or to all my thoughts in 1 second. However, check whether you're able to apply full stop at that time, at the time of an upheaval. Especially during an upheaval, you should try that. It's very interesting. Whilst performing actions, there's a difference whether you're performing action in relationship or in bondage. If you're coming into the bondage of karma, the karma will pull you and it will not allow you to apply the full stop. But if you're loving and detached and in relationship with karma, then because you do not have any bondage, you will be able to apply full stop in 1 second. Underline. Now we need to define what is the difference between coming only in relationship with karma and coming in bondage of karma. Baba says bondage pulls you, relationship also pulls you, but come into relationship whilst being detached. So whatever I'm doing, I have to stay detached from it. Never get attached to the karma or to whatever we are doing. This has to be underlined. And Baba says this is the last karmatik stage. I am doing it with my body, but I'm detached from it. You should come into action whilst being completely detached as one who has all the rights, not under the influence of any bondage. I have the right, I can leave it anytime, whenever I want. I'm not forced. I don't have to. So check that you do not come into bondage of karma whilst performing actions. You need to be very loving and detached. Do you understand? So both the things need to go together. Love and detachment for the karma. Sometimes we hate, why am I doing this? Why do I have to do this? Why can't somebody else do this? Why me? That's not out of love. We are detached here, but we are not loving what we are doing. And that again creates a bondage. Do you understand what we need to practice? You do not find this difficult, do you? Or is it a little difficult? You are the masters, are you not? Are you the masters of the physical senses? That is what self-sovereignty is all about. You call yourselves Rajyogis. So what are you the kings of? Baba says, of America or Africa? You are the kings of your physical organs, are you not? Is a king who is in bondage a king? You give yourself a very good title. If if any of you are asked who you are, you would say that we are Rajyogis. So are you Rajyogis or Praja Yogis? Baba says. Baba says, I always teach Raj Yoga. But when we mix our own thoughts, our own knowledge in it, then we become Praja Yogis. Or you sometimes are Raj Yogis and sometimes Praja Yogis. You are a Raj Yogi soul. That's a Swaman. I am a Raj Yogi soul. Will all double foreigners pass with honor? Bap Dada will be very happy that all foreigners pass with honor and that not a single one is left out. Or is this a little difficult? Is it difficult or easy? It is easy. Acha. The word difficult has been removed from the dictionary of Brahmins. Brahmin life is also a dictionary. The word difficult does not exist in the dictionary of Brahmin life. So we have a separate dictionary from the world. The word difficult, I can't do it, they don't exist in our dictionary. Everything is possible till the time I'm connected with Baba. Baba says, always remember this. Next, how many blessings do you receive? If you made a list of the blessings up to now, how many blessings would you have received? There are countless blessings. You have received a lot. You receive a blessing every day. In the Murli, there is a blessing. On the path of bhakti, if a Bhagat receives even one blessing, he becomes something completely different. You know, he says that my life is complete. I've got one blessing from my God. And you are so lucky that God gives you a blessing every single day. You are in fact being sustained by these blessings. Do you remember the blessing? Or do you only remember it at the time of hearing it? We need to check. Do you remember the blessing that we hear probably every day in the morning? One is to remember the blessing, and the other is to use the blessing, experiment with it. A blessing is such that no matter what the situation is, the power of the blessing changes that situation from fire to water. It makes the situation so cool. You simply have to know the method to use the blessing. How can I use the blessing? So yesterday in Blessing, Baba says, by the power of change, you can become Vigna Vinashak. How do I use this? So can I change when I get obstacles in front of me? How do I use this power of change? That's what Baba is talking about. Using those blessings, experimenting with it, and seeing the power of that blessing. You should use the blessing at the right time. So there are two things. How to use a blessing. One is the knowing the right method. Baba says you simply have to know the right method of using that blessing. And the second way is to use it at the right time, not remember it afterwards. Use it at the right time. It should not be that half the time has gone by and then you remember it. So, do you know how to use your blessings? Do you use them or do you just become happy to hear them? Your diaries have been filled with many blessings. A book has even been made, is it not? So, you have kept a book in your cupboard, use it at the right time. The more you use it, the more the blessings will increase and you will experience the unlimited form of the blessings. Acha. To the souls in all four directions who have a right to the authority of religion, to those who constantly have all rights to the authority of self-sovereignty, to the elevated souls who constantly have the double authority and the double crown, to the powerful souls who constantly reveal the practical form of being the embodiment of all powers by using all the powers, to the powerful, unshakable, and immovable Mahavir souls who constantly reveal their aim through their qualifications and give this experience to others. Bap Dada's love, remembrances, and namaste. The next Baba is only talking to the dadis, so we can skip that. Baba is just telling dadis that dadis are always close to Baba wherever they go. But there's one special thing that also Baba mentions in this particular paragraph. He says that service is not just about giving lectures. Baba says service is also about doing it through the mind, words, actions, and relationships and connections. 4 kinds of services are there that you can do. And the only technique to do right service, Baba goes on to mention, is through contentment. When we are not content, that's when we are not able to serve. Be it if we are giving a lecture, we are speaking about service, or we are doing service through mind or otherwise, we should be content. For example, if somebody is being given a service to probably make rotis or chapatis, and they are thinking, what kind of service am I doing? Look at that person. That's not out of contentment. So even if we are doing it, we will not get marks for that. So service is always suitable when it's done with contentment, especially Baba's service. So Baba says there should not be any kind of feeling that I am doing it. There should be a feeling that I am a nimit soul. And Baba can use me in any way that he wants for this beautiful work that he's doing. So Baba also goes on to say that never think that my name is never glorified in any of the conferences. No one ever mentions my name. I'm always the last. Baba says you remain content. And the contentment at this time is the only method of success. And then Baba also mentions one more thing, which he mentions very rarely. He says that whenever you're offering hope to me, never do just a half-cooked or a half-raw meal. Always prepare, even if you're preparing one thing because you don't have time, prepare it with love. Don't just do it for just doing it. The more we do it with love, the more it gets more and more power. And whoever eats that bhog becomes also powerful. And Baba says that to be a Brahmin means to be very accurate in every task that we perform, with great cleanliness and purity, be it making bhog also. So if we are making bhog, we have to be accurate with cleanliness and purity and perfection. Acha. So that's all from today's Murli. So we will give a 1 minute silence and then we will go on to churning quickly. Okay. So any of the souls, anybody would be wanting to share their own churning or what they could take out of today's Murli? It was a very simple and beautiful Murli today. Baba mentioned about being embodiments of powers. And what was that thing that Baba mentioned about karma? How should we come into karma? Anybody wants to add?
Be in
There was
relationship
something
and
that
be
Baba spoke
detached
about.
to
Yes, please go ahead.
be in relationship and detached to. And but don't be in the bondage of karma. Huh? Am I audible?
Yes, sister, we can hear you.
So Baba was mentioning about subtle form of body consciousness. What was that subtle form of body consciousness? It was the feeling of I. It was the feeling of I. And then Baba said, what speciality does Baba talk about when he talks about the subtle form of body consciousness? Baba said that how to remove that feeling of I is through adjustment. When we come in contact with others, it's important to be able to adjust. And then there was also a point where Baba mentioned that you need to put full stop. Now that was a very important point. Would anybody want to add on to that? What was the technique that Baba said to put a full stop in 1 second? And why is it important? Anyone?
Om Shanti. So Baba said the dot should be in 1 second and it should be a knot. Like if there's any thought or anything which is deviating from the desired state which you have to be, in 1 second you should put the dot and you should take a decision not. That means you will not continue to reflect or think about the whys and all those other things which distract you. So just put the dot immediately in 1 second.
Exactly. That's what Baba spoke about. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, Baba said the dot and the knot, We put a dot if we don't want to do something, right? Which is not right, we feel. But that is the knowledge. And Baba said that you have to also be powerful. Powerful to be able to first apply the dot, which means a full stop, and just not think about it anymore. And that's when the knot will be applied. So thank you very much for sharing that. And then Baba went on to also explain that this putting a dot or a full stop has to be in 1 second, and it has to be during upheaval, not when there is silence and you've done everything, completed all your work and then sitting in silence. So the last paper or the last certificate would be of applying the full stop in 1 second. And Baba said that is the karmatit state. So anybody else wants to share anything else that I might have missed as a revision? And the homework for today, the homework is to think about what does Baba mean when he talks about being an embodiment of power. What certificate is he talking about? How can I take a certificate of being an embodiment of power? Baba said you've already taken a certificate of being embodiments of love. And that is why we are all here, right? That is why we are getting up early in the morning, listening to Murli, because we love Baba. But now, how can I take the certificate of being an embodiment of power? And that is the homework. And let's talk about it tomorrow when we meet. Okay, so we'll go on to this quick meditation, 2-3 minutes meditation in silence. Om Shanti.
Get flat 30% off on 3 medicine orders. Order now.
Most people do not know that your
Om Shanti. Okay. the Brahmin soul, I'm a special Rajyogi soul. From Baba, I have received immense knowledge and power. There is nobody in the world as lucky as me. I receive blessings, love, immense support from this one who the world is searching for. The world is searching for just one single lesson. There are souls in this world who would be content with just a one drop from this ocean. Just one blessing from God. And to me, He is showering His love and blessings every day, many times a day. And all He wants me to do in return is to love Him back. I promise to become an embodiment of power as a return of what you have given me. I promise that I, the Brahmin soul, would pass with honor. And will happily go along with you at the end. I will not let any subtle forms of body consciousness creep into my mind. And will keep practicing what you have taught me. With discipline and truth. May the Rajyoga soul I'm now reaching the end of this cycle. I'm getting ready for my final journey. I am ready. And detached. Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Shivani Ben. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow at the same time at 5:30 a.m.